Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh Shemel Shai Bashim Rukakudash. And it's a Sabbath. Hasha Shabbat. Happy Sabbath. I wanted to get into some supplements and speak on health and supplements and so forth. Not going to so much go into exercise, but I was asked, well, not me, but on a live that we did Saturday, there was a question. I believe it was Malcolm, and I caught it last night sometime, and I wanted to do the video last night, but I believe it was Malcolm on one of his pages, which is the elder head of Chicago GMS, and he asked a question. If it's not him, whoever it is, but it was asked 3 days ago. So it was asked either the day that we did the live stream while it was live, or later that day, but I believe it was a Saturday. So I caught it and I said, oh, nobody answered this question. So the question was based upon memory. The question was, how do you take in, if I have it, wormwood. He mentioned wormwood, and look up I'm not going to go into the benefits, but these things are all beneficial. I'm not going to go into the benefits of these things. Wormwood and black walnut is a combination, which is right here. There's different companies. This is one company. Sometimes you have the wormwood, and then you have the black walnut separate, or sometimes you have it in a combination. Give me a second here. Like I said, I'm not going to go into I don't have my laptop in front of me, but I'm not going to go into the details of wormwood and a black walnut. But it does kill parasites, Candida albicans, and bad bacteria, or bad biotics as opposed to good biotics. So here you got wormwood and black walnuts. I'm out of it. I got to get some more. Or you have here milk thistle. This is in the liquid form. This is from plant. And this right here is good. I use it, because of liver health. It keeps your liver in order. Especially, I got like a little pain right there. That means that there's toxins. The liver is a filter. It's like you got a car, you get your oil changed. What do? They change the filter. That's where all the dirt goes into, that filter. So the liver is a filter, and your kidneys are filters. So when you do detoxes, change your diet and everything, you get withdrawal, like drugs. You go cold turkey off of drugs, because the poison fighting against you to stay in your body, parasites and so forth. Right now, as you know or should know, Apostle Ramlab is out in the West, and he's been out there for going on 3 weeks. He's getting a parasite detox, total parasite cleanse, which the elder, they call him the Mashapot, which is the Mash for short. And I said when he was talking, because Apostle Ramlab calls me every couple of days and just lets me know what's going on. And he was talking about the Mashapot, and I said, he's a Gadder. He's a straight up Gadder, I said, where do you learn all this stuff? But anyway, we're going to get all kind of things for detox You know, so all these brothers, and we're going to do videos on it, on how to detox yourself. You go to the doctor, you go to the hospital, they do certain, what they do is they do blood work. They tell you what's wrong with your blood. They tell you, oh, do this and do that and blah. Doctors don't understand diet, exercise, and detoxing the body. It's not just about taking prescription drugs, which is witchcraft, by the way. Any drugs you take, and you can't afford it. They tell you to take a prescription. It is witchcraft, so you forced to take it. You have to take it if you want to get well, unless you know the herbs and the supplements. The Judas Maccabees. When you read the scriptures, they went up into the mountains during that conflict with Antiochus Epiphanes. I believe it was 9 of them, if I'm not mistaken, or it was either 9 of them, or they stayed up there for 9 days. Hadn't read the story in a while, but they were living off of the different leaves and the herbs. So guess what? The Maccabees, which he's a Levite, he knew about certain herbs as opposed to poisons. So Judas Maccabees was a herbologist, and he knew about health, because our health came from what? The Most High. Pray to the Most High that you heal, along with the physician. What did the physician deal with? They dealt with various herbs. They changed your diet and so forth. Hey, we had a good diet back in Egypt, because the Israelites saying, listen, we got to go back to Egypt. At least we were eating good. They were eating a lot of prebiotics and probiotics. All right? As a matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? I don't know how well this works, because you don't feel it, but I have, they better send me a check. Seed. And he's a probiotic. This is a pill within a pill. Supposed to take 2 in the morning or whatever, two of them one time a day. Sometimes I take 4. But if you look, you can hardly see it. But there's a pill within a pill. So there's 2 stages to this thing. And seed, if you look it up, I mean, you can put in seed, go to Google, put in seed or seed probiotics, and you get it. And what they do is they send you 30-day supply every month. So the brother, the elder, the bishop that got it for me, he made a mistake and ordered it twice, so I get twice the amount. So I got 2. Matter of fact, let me see. I got 2 bottles here, and I got 1 filler in my cupboard. This is in the dark. Let me see. This is another probiotic. There's another company that I use. If you look at your certain different health stores, they'll have this pretty popular, what is it, Golden Garden of Life, Raw Probiotics, Ultimate Care, 100 billion. Now the 100 billion, 34 probiotic strains. 100 billion means 100 billion CFUs, which is colony forming units, because these are living creatures. All right, they're going to. That's why I have this one in the freezer, in the refrigerator. Raw probiotics, and I'll take the seed. Then later in the day, I'll take 2 of these. And sometimes I may take 2 more. I fill myself up with these right here. I started giving probiotics to my dog. My dog had gray hairs all over the place. The gray hairs went away. Anyway, You got this. You got prebiotics is like red, organic red onions. Organic red onions. That's a prebiotic. You have prebiotics and you got postbiotics. Look that up. I'm not going to go all into it. This is sauerkraut. This is like the best stuff. Boobies. Let me see something. See, it says refrigerate until the last portion is enjoyed, because it's a probiotic. You got prebiotics and you got probiotics. Okay, it says non-GMO. So I'll have this sometime at dinner, sometime by itself. I'll eat about 5 or 6 forkfuls of this. I'll drink the juice for your digestive system, which is your immune system. 80% of your body, the immune system comes from the gut. You got to keep the gut in line. If you have a lot of cramps and bloating, first thing you would do is take probiotics. That's backed up gas in your system. That's why you feel that cramps and the pain. You take these probiotics. Don't be afraid. You know, they say take 1 a day. I take 2 of these bad boys plus the other probiotics plus this. So let me put these back in the refrigerator. You got the kombucha, which I love, raw kombucha. I don't know how good this is, but give me a second. This is a GT's Synergy raw kombucha. This is Mystic Mango, 9 billion living probiotics, which the 9 billion represents the CFUs, colony forming units, which are living creatures. So if you got a soda, if you're addicted to drinking soda and stuff like that, change this. This has it's sugar in it. That's the way you activate it. But this is what I eat. I'll drink rather. You know, instead of, I don't drink soda. You couldn't pay me $1 billion to drink a Coke. You got Alazar, High Priest Alazar, whatever his title is. He's always drinking Coke. I don't know if Coke is paying him. They should be paying him. But that shit is fucking him up. I know he's sick. He's sick. He went to the doctor. He did a video when he went to the doctor. He got a protruding stomach, and he's a young man. And that's, when you got a protruding stomach, you're not healthy. No, I'm healthy. No, you're not healthy. Because if you got a protruding stomach, that means that you're not getting on them. Just making an observation. If you fat, if you're sticking out there and you're fat, your stomach protrudes, that means your what is it? Your pancreas is what's the term? You have insulin sensitivity, and what's the opposite? I got to think about this. I always forget that. You got insulin sensitivity, which is good. What's the opposite of insulin sensitivity? I forget the term. It's a simple term. But if you have the other thing, that means a lot of it's working. It's pushing the. It's causing the pancreas to push out too much to produce too much insulin. Damn, I can't think of the word. Somebody help me on the comment board. But insulin sensitivity is when your pancreas doesn't work hard. You understand? Insulin, the word pancreas means all fresh. It's Latin, it means all fresh. So the insulin inside of your pancreas cleans your system out of the sugars. You got your liver, you got your gallbladder, your liver and your gallbladder, they work in tandem to clean out fats and impurities out of your system. People get sick because they backed up with poisons in them. Their filters are not working. There's a lot to this. It's a science, man. And Esau got the science. You go to YouTube and you look up all these health things, how to work out, how to build muscle, how to lose weight, herbs, eating right, how to do this, how to do that. There's always going to be an Edomite. Even fixing your car, something wrong with your car, go to YouTube and put it in. I guarantee you it's an Edomite dude telling you how to fix it. Well, if you do this and you do that, you fix it. Jake don't do that shit. Esau does it for free. I learned a lot from going on Google and watching YouTube, man. For health reasons too. You got this one Jake, I forget his name, I believe his name is Prince, but he's good. I just found out about him, I subscribed to him. Dr. Berg is another one, Dr. Mandel. Dr. Grundy, he's hard to deal with, bro. Because he tell you pretty much you can't eat anything. He said just breathe the air, you know. He'll tell you about the lactins. You can't eat that. It'll be a healthy food. He said, but you can't eat it because it has lactins in it, you know. Like popcorn has lactins in it, but I like popcorn. I'm like, fucking, pepper's got lactins in it. Anyway, so how do you take it? This is the answer. The individual that asked me the question, which I said I believe that was Malcolm, Elder Malcolm. He said, well, how do you consume it? Or something to that effect. The wormwood. Well, like I said, you can get the wormwood. If you're dealing with wormwood, get the wormwood and the black walnut separately or together. And how you can, this is in a liquid form. Got a dropper. Yeah. You also have it in the pill form, which is it's liquid in the pill. Make sure you read the labels. If it says, what does it say? If it says Silicious, I believe is all right. Veggie cap. It should say veggie cap. But if it says what's the word? I can't remember the word. But you gotta know that it's not pork based cereal. You can't go wrong if it says veggie cap. Veggie cap, organic veggie cap. Or gelatin. If it's gelatin, it's most likely pork. But you have let me see if I got that bottle. Bear me for a minute. Can't find it. I believe I threw it away. Got an empty bottle. You got activated charcoal, which is a chelator. It pulls out the poisons in your system. Chelator is Greek for like claw. It claws at the impurities. You know, you got brain fog and so forth. Give me a second. Chlorophyll in the liquid form is very good too. Cleanses the body and the mind. If you have, you got Jake with that's suffering from diabetes. Pre-diabetes pre-diabetes is diabetes. Oh, that's yeah. If you don't take care of it, it turns into diabetes. So pre-diabetes is diabetes, and that's from too many carbs and too much sugar in your system. You got a bag of the white sugar in your house. I mean, you got your family. I don't know what you're gonna do, but you throw it out. That's poison. That's a bag full of poison. And you got to be careful as to how much sugar you take in. When you look at labels, you don't look at sugar. You can look at sugar, how many grams of sugar, but the main thing you're going to look at is carbs, carbohydrates, because all carbohydrates turn to sugar. Rice I don't eat rice. Last time I ate rice was maybe a year ago. Bread, no type of bread. Unless I eat like spelt bread, which you got to get from the health store, which is not even really bread, but it looks like bread. What about wheat? The American wheat is garbage. But that, spaghetti, rice, bread, Dunkin' Donuts, Krispy Kreme. You couldn't pay me to eat a Krispy Kreme. As good as it is, you can't pay me to eat. You can't pay me $1 billion to eat that stuff. I might drop dead on the spot. You can't pay me $1 million to drink a Coke. Cookies, candies, unless you get like a keto type candy. You always check the carbs. How many carbs? Milk thistle, I told you about this. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't. Milk thistle for the liver, cleanses the liver. And this is in the liquid form. You got the dropper. It's also in the pill form. So coming back, you can get it like this. Like I said, that's how you consume the wormwood. He mentioned clove. How do you consume clove? Well, there's two ways. You got the liquid form of the clove. I don't have a bottle with me. And you got the actual clove right here. I'll take it both ways. I'll take the liquid clove, put it in some spring water, some good water, and like a Centra. There's even better ones in the Centra, but the Centra is good. You can put a couple of drops in the in liquid form, but this is the actual clove. That's the clove right there. You can take 4 of these, no more than 4. They say when you do the research, don't do a whole lot, don't do 4 or 5, but I used to do a lot, but I do no more than 4. I put it in my mouth, and I chew on it, and it goes into my system. And you can read the benefits on that. This kills a lot of bacteria. If you got a toothache, guaranteed, if the tooth is loose and it's hurting, and you say, "Oh, I got to go to the dentist and get this shit pulled because I can't sleep at night," I would take the clove in a water, the liquid form, and I would swish my mouth with it, maybe even put some on a toothbrush and brush my teeth with the clove, or I would just do it in a liquid form because it goes all into and then guaranteed, it's never failed. The next day or two, you can see that there's a big difference, and eventually the pain will go away, and guess what? The tooth will not be loose anymore. Because what is it? It's all the bacteria, all the critters up in there that's eating away at you. You kill them all that way. So there's 2 ways to take clove. Make sure it's organic. See, it says organic and non-GMO. Kelp, you got a lot of niggas in the hood with them big bulgy eyes. That's from a lack of, what do you call it? Kelp is like seaweed, and it's from the thyroid gland. That's why you got a lot of our people, especially black women, they can't, no matter what they do, they can't lose weight because of their thyroid gland. Your thyroid is right here. It looks like a bow tie, When your thyroid is messed up, you suffer from, what's the term, thyroid is something to that effect. It's the proper nutrition for your thyroid, which is kelp. If you get kelp, K-E-L-P, not kale. Kale is good too, but kelp, K-E-L-P, whole thelius, supports thyroid function. That's what you you suffer from a disease. You see a Jake with big bulging eyes? That's like I said, it's a deficiency of kelp, you know, which is Graves' disease. It's called Graves' disease. That means they're eating garbage. There's this one chick lived, and my woman lived, and she got big bulgy eyes, and I want to tell her, I ain't gonna tell her, but I want to tell her if you ever have taught. I said that's from having a bad diet. What's her name? Misdemeanor. She was suffering from that because she eat garbage. Jake eats garbage. You know why there's so many shootouts? That fucking food. That food is a drug. The Food and Drug Administration, because the commercial food that you eat is drugs in it, man. Altered states of mind. Oh, I said cinnamon. I was going into the diabetic thing. If you don't have, what you can do is you change your diet, lose weight, do your walk. In the background is playing I can't believe Apostle Gabar is doing it. He's doing a 5-mile walk and he's live streaming it. So I was watching. I put a couple of comments in. You know, he's a freak when it comes to working out. You know. But if you do that, well, his stomach was out there, and I said, "Brother, your stomach's a little out there. You need to, you know." And I said that you're insulin resistant. It's insulin resistant, as opposed to insulin sensitivity. If you got a protruding belly, guaranteed your body is experiencing insulin resistance, which your pancreas overworking, and that's why you got diabetes, man. That's why your feet swell up. You know, your feet swell up because of lack of circulation, because your insulin is overworking, and it doesn't die. It doesn't work properly. You're overworking something. You get in your car and you step on the gas and park and you just gun it, your engine's gonna blow. Something's gonna blow. You know, when people get up in the morning and it's cold and they rev the car, eventually you're gonna suffer. Your car's gonna suffer a blown head gasket. You're not supposed to do that. If anything, start the car up for about 2 minutes. If it's super cold, 5 minutes. If it's so, 2 minutes, and then drive slow. Just drive slow. You know? Activated charcoal. I said that. I mentioned that. It's a chelator. Pulls out poisons. Do your green smoothies. Make sure you put a whole bunch of cilantro in there. Organic cilantro, which is a chelator. These old people that are suffering